to the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free.
Starting where we left off last week at the Norris Geyser Basin, it was time to head back to the campgrounds for the night.
Remember this place, guys? This is a must stop. It's like another world.
We ready to go.
We are.
Tanks are still, we don't need to do anything with them yet.
Come on now, come on, won't you come with me? Time to let it go and be free. Won't you come and breathe the open skies? Come now, come listen to the melody. Slow it down, put yourself at ease. Time to live it live. Get away from the do's and don'ts. Get away, don't let it close. Loco, loco, paraíso. Come and swing to the loco paraíso. Under the lazy evening sun. Paraíso, come and
This has been a long day.
It has a long, stressful work day.
Here in the parking lot of the visitor center in West Yellowstone. We're gonna go eat at a place that has really high reviews. This place was on
Diners, drive-ins, and
Dives, I think.
Dives?
I think so. My back is sweaty.
In 200 feet,
Thanks for that.
continue on North
Sitting up
Canyon
here,
Street.
well, I was sitting over there. Is your seat wet?
ew.
My back is all sweaty, and I've already got ready on a hot summer day. Now I can't believe that girl's name was Steve. I'm sure glad we didn't go steady.
You are not a songwriter.
Nope. This is it. Half a rack of ribs. Sure got the same thing except mac and cheese. Coleslaw is really good. I already tried it. A short and sweet review. Firehole Barbecue here in West Yellowstone is a definite must stop if you like barbecue.
Best ribs I've had in a really long time.
And mac and cheese.
And the mac and cheese is awesome.
And the coleslaw, to be honest, was
Yeah.
one of the best that I can ever remember.
Very, very good.
2 thumbs up. 8.5 or 9.
9.
Can't argue with that.
Next, we stopped to get groceries where we spotted another Gretsch Strata pass by. It was getting too late to drive back and explore this evening, so we walked around West Yellowstone and got some huckleberry ice cream. On our way back to the campgrounds, we enjoyed another treat, a grizzly bear out in the distance playing.
Oh, this one? Okay. This morning we're going to take off and start heading towards Bridge Bay Campground. Don't have enough time here this morning to get all the way over there, so we're going to pull over on one of the pull-offs that has a good view that we can use our Starlink satellite for internet to work all day. If you're coming to Yellowstone, remember Canyon Lodge, Canyon Campground, has Verizon and AT&T. Good service here. T-Mobile didn't work so well. It's 12:34. Lunch break.
On the timer.
Coming to Yellowstone and you're looking for souvenirs, whatever, and you might be wondering, should I get it here or should I wait? Well, we've seen a lot of general stores, and this one by far is the best. So we would suggest you wait until you get here. Down where it says the groceries, that area has a big, huge area inside that building with souvenirs. We happen to see a few things for our grand kiddos. We'd highly suggest going there because they had a really good selection of t-shirts and pretty much anything you can think of. And,
grocery items.
yeah.
A cafe.
All right, well, our work day's over. We gotta go check in to the new campground at
Bridge Bay.
Bridge Bay. We made this reservation at our prior campground at Madison Campground. They were able to do that for us, so just so you know. And both properties are not part of the NPS, National Park Service. They are part of that third party that runs some campgrounds here. Xanterra. We're gonna get checked in, and we may stop before, we may go check in first and stop at some places afterwards, but it's supposed to be a really pretty area down here by Yellowstone Lake. Butt shot. Hi, furry cow. Wasn't sure if he's gonna like charge the
That's why I was
vehicle
like,
or
don't stop.
love all this wildlife. Don't you?
From a distance.
There's a huge elk over here off to the side. There's its butt.
His butt. Why again with the butt?
Oh, look over here to my left. That smaller one put all the velvet on its antlers. So we've got 2 hours that we can go and look at a few things. Hold this map here a second for me, please. Thank you, sweetie. So our plan is, now that we've already seen this, we're staying over here now so that we can see some of this. And then tomorrow night will be our last night that we're going to see. Either way, tonight we're either going to go this way or this way. We're going to go to the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone like we said, or just see more of this and then do that tomorrow. And then on Saturday morning when we wake up, we will leave and go past everything we've seen and do this entire loop to what we've seen.
Yeah, we haven't been up here.
Well, oh yeah, we've only been to here. Yeah. So we're going to do all this Saturday, and then we can just drive on through and out.
Because this road here, just so people know, you can't go out the north entrance or the northeast.
Those are closed right now.
Those are still closed from the
Yeah, the only ones open is this, and this.
Yeah. Actually, if you look on this map, because they marked it, the roads in pink are closed.
I see.
So you can't get out those yet.
Well, it's amazing that they got all of this reopened.
It is.
This is our view for 2 nights at our campground site. This is looking right out, stepping out of our van. And then over here, we have a guest for the night.
We did not expect that big long line for check-in. And it took a while to get checked in. They had 4 windows going. They said that it's like that every day from starting at 2 p.m. And it is 7 p.m. now. We just got checked in. So I think we're gonna go see the rest of this lake south of here tonight, and we'll have that done. We'll have that complete.
Yeah, then we won't have to go south at all.
Yeah, and then we'll just work our way north starting tomorrow. So again, this is Bay Bridge Campground. Not a bad campground from what we've seen so far. They had how many sites? They had
438 from what I could. No, there's more. 450.
Wow.
I think. Stop right here.
My goodness, look at that big one.
Yellowstone Lake is one of the largest high-elevation lakes in North America and is centered over the Yellowstone caldera, the largest supervolcano on the continent.
Find out anything?
No, I just was talking about otters. But there's a wood path that way, and then there's this, but I don't know which way to go.
So there's this path and then the otter one?
Right.
Okay. Well, if we don't like going that way, we can always go the otter way. There's an elk over there. There's 2 elks there.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a otter one over there.
Quit it.
Halfway around the trail, you can see dramatic evidence of Yellowstone's potential violence. The waters of West Thumb Fill, a volcanic explosion crater created about 174,000 years ago. While small compared to the Yellowstone caldera, this caldera is as large as the well-known crater Lake Caldera in Oregon. For unexplained reasons, geyser eruptions are not as common in this thermal basin, yet the colors and shapes of the pools are striking.
Don't you come near us. I will do it. Whatever you do, don't open your mouth. Bugs everywhere. Oh, look, another geyser. Big cone. We came, we saw, we gotta go. Oh my gosh. They're everywhere. Look at this. It's time to run. You coming? Nice morning. So peaceful and so quiet. Well, we're trying to decide whether we're gonna stay right here and work, set up the Starlink, because we've got enough clear sky. What do you think? Do we stay or do we move on down? If we move on down the road a little bit, we'd be a little closer tonight. The more we get done tonight would free up more of our time on Saturday. We have another couple that we want to meet that are viewers, and we'd like to do that on Saturday instead of Sunday, because we need to be finding a place that we're going to be staying in Geyser National Park. It would be nice to see some of Geyser on Sunday, so we've got a lot to do and a lot of ground to cover on Saturday. It's kind of why we're trying to save as much time as we can. And for those of you that are new to our channel, the reason why is because when Monday comes, we need to be stationary because we have to work all week. The only bad thing about having a nice view and having wildlife to look at, won't get any work done.
Yeah. I wish we could just relax and enjoy it more instead of working.
That's true, but the way I look at it is be grateful that we can actually do that while we're still at our working age.
True. That's true.
It is 8:08. We gotta find a place to pull over quick here. Takes a little bit of time sometimes to get that Starlink set up. There's a buffalo coming your way. Behind you.
It's watching her.
Catching anything today? Don't snag the buffalo. She just said, "Oh my God."
Oh, it's going in the water.
Recommend eating your own food if you can. We fixed supper ourselves tonight. Most of the food around Yellowstone within the park has kind of been like cafeteria food, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Tonight is the night that we're going to go over to the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone.
Mm-hmm. See the upper and lower falls.
Yeah, and then whatever else we can fit into tonight. Then in the morning, we're free. Alright, are we ready to go?
Yeah, get my shades on.
Or should I do it like Wanda? I'm ready to go. We just arrived at what's called Mud Volcano. We shut this beast off and turned on the air conditioning and back. The nice thing is it charges the batteries quicker than the AC depletes them, so as we're driving it'll charge it right back up. It's warm out there.
It's just the elevation. The sun is intense. Because I think it was only supposed to get to 76 today.
Oh. Maybe I'm having a hot flash. That's why they call it menopause.
The whole thing is 2/3 of a mile, and it says it's less steep if you go this way of the arrows, which means that way.
Yellowstone itself is a volcano, and one of its most spectacular eruptions occurred 640,000 years ago.
Is this what they call mud volcano?
Mm-hmm.
During the eruption, the land collapsed and left a large depression in the earth, the Yellowstone caldera. This caldera filled with lava flows over hundreds and thousands of years, creating the volcanic plateau that comprises much of the central part of the park.
The sulfur smells horrible.
Here at Mud Volcano, you are close to one of the resurgent domes. Resurgent domes are areas of active ground deformation, where the land moves up or down with the fluctuation of the magma chambers below. Scientists monitor these domes closely for information about ongoing volcanic activity.
And it has a real profound effect because around the corner is the big Hayden Valley that man just asked me that question. Right around the corner. And in the middle of the summer, like in another couple weeks, that grass right there is going to be totally brown. But around the corner, the bottom of that lake, the lake bottom, now it's a valley, but a lake bottom, the water can't go through there. It's watertight. It's like plastic sheet. And there aren't any trees in there because trees don't grow where there's wet feet. It's wet year-round. And because it's wet, the grass is there. That puts the bison there, that puts the bears there, but puts the elk there, puts the wolves there. So that whole big system of plants and animals around the corner is happened because it's the bottom of Yellowstone Lake. So it's like the geology determines the biology.
Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake. Thank you, baby Jesus, for letting us live this life. Dear little
baby Jesus.
baby Jesus.
Here, 8 pound, 6 ounce, newborn infant Jesus.
Sweet little thing all coddled up and maybe nits.
Mud volcanoes are not true igneous volcanoes, as they do not produce lava and are not necessarily driven by magmatic activity. Mud volcanoes may range in size from merely 3 to 6 feet high and 3 to 6 feet wide to nearly 2,300 feet high and 6 miles wide. The mud produced by mud volcanoes is mostly formed as hot water, which has been heated deep below the Earth's surface, where it begins to mix and blend with subterranean mineral deposits. This mineral is then forced upwards through a geological fault or fissure due to local subterranean pressure imbalances. Mud volcanoes are associated with subduction zones, and about 1,100 have been identified on or near land. The temperature of any given active mud volcano generally remains fairly steady and is much lower than the typical temperatures found in igneous volcanoes. Mud volcanoes can range from near 212 degrees Fahrenheit to occasionally 36 degrees Fahrenheit, some being used as popular mud baths. About 86% of the gas released from these structures is methane, with much less carbon dioxide and nitrogen emitted.
Artist Point is an overlook point on the edge of a cliff on the south rim of the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone in Yellowstone National Park. Artist Point was originally named in 1883 by Frank J. Haynes, who improperly believed that the point was the place at which painter Thomas Moran sketched his 1872 depictions of the falls. Later work determined that the sketches were made from the north rim, but the name Artist Point stuck.
Bringing me fire, bringing me water, taking me high, taking me down. Give me your pretty, give me your messy, give me your happy. Bringing me fire, bringing me water, taking me high.
Now that was pretty cool. That
was stunning.
very worth stopping to. Now we got the brink of the upper falls, and then there's another view of this same.
If we want to
same
take it,
falls.
it looks like it might be a trail to hike. So.
The views of the upper and lower falls are so beautiful and breathtaking that we didn't want to leave.
You could go all the way down there and look at how fast the water is.
This is like a really steep decline. It says 3/8 of a mile plus 600 feet drop. Let's just go to the sign. We can see it from here.
I'm good. Let's go.
Okay. She's serious. Go on a sled ride? got in here another pull-up inspiration. No. No, we gotta go. We're gonna go back up to what was it? The campground. We went Canyon Lodge and campground, and that we're gonna go see if they happen to have one night for tonight. You always feel like you left something in the campground. We didn't leave nothing in the campground. We got everything with us. So if we can get a spot, we might as well get a spot closer up this way. That way our drive will be a lot less tonight and tomorrow. We don't want to be pushed too much tomorrow to rush through the northern part of Yellowstone. So it would help if we can get in there. Well, we got lucky. We got a campsite here at Canyon Campground. So we don't have to drive all the way back down to the southern loop there by Lake Yellowstone at Bay Bridge Campground. That'll help a lot. So now that we're up here closer in the morning, we'll be even that much closer. It'll save us a bunch of time. But they're $29 a night, except this one charges you for 2 showers right up front. It's like $4.80. Might as well say $5 a piece for a shower. Now that they tack that on to our price, we obviously we're just gonna go ahead and use it, and that's what we did. Michelle's still in the shower right now. They have a nice laundry room here too, big laundry room. Bet Michelle's happy. She didn't have to take her shower in the cramped bathroom. Today is the day we are going to finish the North Loop and head on out of the Yellowstone National Park. You about ready?
Getting there.
Probably gonna run down to the store here and we gotta get some fuel, make sure we're full of fuel.
Coffee.
Coffee, we didn't make our coffee this morning. Get around that North Loop and then we gotta make it all the way up to, I think it's Belgrade, Montana, to meet a couple followers. We're excited to do that, meet them. And then try to get as far as we can close to Geyser so that Sunday, tomorrow, we'll be able to explore Geyser, because once Monday comes, there we are again, only being able to explore in the evenings. So that's why we rush so much. It'd be great if we were retired, but we're not. But this is better than the alternative, and we're very grateful for that. This site was perfectly level when we came in. We didn't have to do anything at all. But that was pretty nice to get this spot last night instead of having to drive clear back down to Bay Bridge Campground. This alarm that you're hearing, that's because of the door. Once that door shuts, when it's running, that alarm will go off. All right, I think Michelle's about ready. I'm gonna get these cameras set up and we'll take off. I'm filling up the fresh water. I have a quick connect on my nozzle here and the hose. I have them on everything so that makes it easier. But I use this to fill up our fresh water. We don't drink this water. It's just for our showers and cleanup and everything. We have filter on there, but I just put it right up to the hole here. And that way I can turn it on and off really quick, and it's just quicker to do it that way. I don't have to unscrew anything, unconnect anything. I don't like to leave it sitting there and forget about it that it's filling up. But if you ever worry about that, see that little screen right there to the left? It gets too full, it'll start spewing out of that. But then I just watch my gauge here, and when it says full, I can usually put in a few more gallons. And when I'm done, I can release the pressure off of the hose so that I can disconnect it. That was an okay breakfast.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad.
Pricey. But,
Yeah, what do you
For what you
expect? We met a follower in there, a guy that works in there. Him and his wife works there. We didn't get to meet his wife. Hey, Greg. Very nice to meet him. We had a really nice conversation.
Yeah.
Kind of made Michelle and I want to
It's like,
start working in these national parks. We're gonna stop here and get some fuel and get moving. We're running later than we were hoping. We got a long ways to drive today. We just had to stop here and pull over. The view is just, like Michelle said, picturesque.
so cool. Both views.
Wow. That's beautiful.
And then those birds, they go in little holes in there. We spent the night here, and we've driven all the way up here, and now we're right here.
Oh, okay.
So we're almost to Mammoth Hot Springs, and then we'll go south.
Cool. We're making pretty good time.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Oh, this is pretty, isn't it? So glad we stopped.
Wow, that's deep.
Mammoth Hot Springs is a large complex of hot springs on a hill of travertine in Yellowstone National Park, adjacent to Fort Yellowstone and the Mammoth Hot Springs Historic District. It was created over thousands of years as hot water from the spring cooled and deposited calcium carbonate.
Finally getting some exercise this week.
Oh my gosh, a lot of it.
Don't be alarmed if you start walking these and you're going up these stairs and you can't catch your breath. The elevation's high. Got to remember that. Be sure to stay hydrated. Something really magical about this, because on the way up you're really struggling, but it renews you, because on the way down for some reason it's nothing. Like a butterfly, just effortlessly flowing through the air. Oh, wait a minute, butterflies don't really seem like they're effortless until you get them in slow motion, and then they're just like,
Yeah.
A 1 for the money, a 2 for the show, a 3 to get a ride and out, go, cat, go. Is this on?
Your shadow stretching on the floor while the sun gets low. I got a feeling that the glow deep inside my core needs to breathe to flow.
We are suckers for these little general stores and the ice cream and the goodies that they're never very good.
I feel like we've stopped at almost every general store.
Guys, want some ideas about general stores in the Yellowstone National Park? We are just the people to tell you all about it.
Because we have been working hard right from the very start. Who knew we get this far? But now it's time for us
That is not pie a la mode.
We've come a long, long way, so we deserve it, mate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate.
We didn't have to climb all them stairs. We could have drove up here and seen it from the top.
Nice.
Not really.
My legs are still weak, by the way.
Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. No obstacles that we faced did ever slow us down. We knew we'd get here, went the extra mile in every race. We are duty bound. We push it right on through. I know you need it too, because we have been working hard right from the very start. Who knew we get this far? To stay out until it's late. We've come a long, long way, so we deserve it, mate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day.
When we first came in here, we were like stopping. We saw buffalo like way off in the distance. Oh my gosh, you gotta see it. Then we quit doing that because we started seeing them up close so much. And then now when we see them off to the distance, like, it's way over there. But you can tell when somebody just got to the park or hasn't seen many, they'll be like getting out, taking pictures. Pictures? What? What kind of accent was that? Take a picture of me. Well, that's the buffalo, 500 meters away. No, it's a black dot, but hey, call it a buffalo. It's not a rock, it's a buffalo.
It's not a rock.
But now it's time for us to stay out until it's late.
Buffalo walking along the road here.
So we deserve it, mate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day. Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and hit that thumbs up. See you next week.
Call it